Basically what we do is we go around and take lots of photos over weekends and when we go out during the week. And actually pool days mostly, I take a few. And we post one of them each day with a little bit of commentary. So maybe a personal observation or some history or a little story or something like that. We've been running for just over a year now, since March 2007. And we're part of a bigger community, which is the City Daily Photo community, which is a worldwide community. There are currently, I checked today, there's 704 City Daily Photo blogs. That's quite a mouthful. When we started, there were around 300. So in a year, they've added about 400. A lot of those don't post every day, so although it's supposed to be daily, they're not always. We kind of fall into that trap from time to time, more like it just now. I'm just trying to think what else. Oh, most of our visitors, strangely enough, are actually from Cape Town. When we started, most of our visitors were coming in from overseas because we were part of this bigger community. They all came to visit our blog up front. And that's turned around completely, which has really been quite amazing for us, that people from Cape Town are visiting the blog regularly. Can we have the next slide? First lesson that we've learned from Cape Town Daily Photo is that days are short and hours are few. Midnight surprises me every time it rolls around and I realize, oh no, we haven't posted again. I know we make it look easy, but it really isn't. And you need to get rid of the idealized idea of Paul and I sitting poring over our photos, lovingly at the end of the day. Oh, wow, isn't that beautiful? Who's going to post? No, you post. No, let me post. We argue and we struggle and sometimes we fail. We failed about 2 weeks ago. We had a few days where we just couldn't get it together and didn't post. Work commitments, that kind of thing, get in the way. Okay, we're dangerous people, apparently. This is what we've been told by security guards and other assorted people. This photo was taken at High Street Shopping Mall in the northern suburbs, which is possibly where the problem comes in. Yeah, that's where we live, so don't get too excited about it. Paul was taking some photos there one day, and the security guard very kindly came up to him and said, you can't take photos here. And he kind of looked at him and said, but why not? It's a public space. And he said, I don't know, but you can't take photos here. And that was as far as we got. So we have been told in a few other places, Tiger Valley Shopping Centre, they're terrible. He's actually been escorted to the management office before for taking photos inside the centre, which maybe was admittedly a mistake. But on one occasion, we were outside in the parking area shooting a photo of the moon. The moon was out in the day, and we thought it looked really pretty. Taking a photo, we had security guards come up to us on their bicycle and say, sorry, you can't take photos of the shopping mall. We're taking photos of the moon. They wouldn't have any of it. Yeah, this apparently, it's a children's play area. There were no children there, no people at all on the day that he was taking photos, but we are dangerous people. We've discovered that the people we take photos of are actually real. This was a bit of a surprise because, we've been posting them for months and months and months and hadn't realized that there were actually real people behind these random shots that we take. This was one Sunday afternoon, we were out walking and Paul spotted this chap in the distance. He had his zoom lens on, so obviously the guy couldn't see him, and zoomed in nice and close and took this photo. And we posted it. Fortunately, didn't say anything horrible about him. We commented on his flushed cheeks, and that was as far as we went. And about 2 months later, we got a comment on that particular post from somebody saying, oh my goodness, I work with him. He's my friend. So we were a little surprised. And apparently, the guy whose photo it is didn't ever come on and comment himself, but his colleague told us that he was a little spooked out.
Did I go to see the concert?
Oh yes, I forgot about that. Yes, you're right. We posted some photos, a series of photos at the See the concert as well. And somebody came on there as well and said, oh hey, I'm the guy in that bottom picture, that's me. In fact, we met, where's Russell? There. We met Russell and Leslie that way because we took a photo of their flat inadvertently. And Russell then kindly offered us the use of his internet connection, which didn't work, but yeah. So we have to remember that these people are real, and sometimes it's tempting, you get a shot of somebody who looks a little bit different and strange, and we've had a few of those, and you kind of want to draw attention to that, but there's always the chance that they're going to find our blog, or a friend or mother is going to find our blog. So we have to be careful.
6 degrees freedom.
I love Google. I really do. They own a large part of my soul. I have my chats, my calendar, my favorite search engine too. But what were they thinking? I don't really, they failed us when it came to Blogger. Now I know the obvious question is, so why did we use Blogger? Because for those of you who haven't been to our site, it is unfortunately, and I'm very ashamed of it, but it is a Blogger blog. Well, I didn't know any better when we started. It's my fault. I chose the platform. I will own up. And I wanted something simple. We didn't need anything fancy, so we went for Blogger. It was the only platform on which I blogged previously, so I went for that. I've now come to realize that WordPress is as simple as Blogger. I don't know why people have this thing that Blogger is the entry level. WordPress is really just as simple. The good news is that I think I finally convinced Paul we are going to migrate to WordPress at last. And with that, we're going to be adding a whole lot of new features as well. With a lot of things that we've had in the pipeline for a while, which we just can't do on Blogger. Blogger is slow, unstable. It's down almost as often as Twitter. You wouldn't notice this if you're blogging only every 3 days or so, but because we're posting every day, we do notice it goes down a lot. And uploading photos is a nightmare. Sometimes we just can't get it right. So yeah. Basic SEO is basic. Okay, I'm not an SEO expert at all, it's not my field. And we didn't set out to optimize the site in any way, really. Obviously the fact that it is a blog helps already because we're updating our content regularly. But we've learned a couple of things that are really important. And the first one is inbound links. It's huge. We obviously, because there are so many other photo blogs around the world, we've all got a little widget on the side which links to all the other photo blogs. So we've got all those inbound links coming in from all those photo blogs all around the world, which has obviously given us much greater authority. And so automatically when we post something, we get a good ranking without any effort on our side at all. The other thing that we've noticed that's really important is post titles. It's huge. We have one post, totally arbitrary little post about a Geek Dinner, I think it was, or 27 dinner, which I entitled "Don't Worry Sir, I'm from the Internet," and which is quite a biggish meme, and we're number 6 on Google for that. It has nothing to do with our blog at all, but just because of the authority, obviously, from all the inbound links, plus the fact that I used it as the post title. So if you are at all wanting to get new visitors, and I know for most of you this is completely irrelevant because you really don't care who reads your blog, concentrate on those 2 things. Yes.
What is that?
It's a mole.
Okay.
And moles are blind, and he's searching for something. See? Very clever. That was actually a really cool shot. I was driving past and I saw this mole on the sidewalk. And oh my goodness, I've got my camera, and yeah, always carry your camera. That's another lesson.
Kerry-Anne, these are all your photos?
Yes. They're all, I went through our blog today, I had a little trip down memory lane and took out some pictures. Not all about the money, because there is no money. That's usually the first question that I get asked when I speak to somebody and they find out that we do kept on daily photo. They say, oh, but how do you make money out of that? Short answer, we don't. It is a hobby, but obviously there are other benefits, because otherwise we wouldn't keep doing it. And one of the main things is that it's actually a conversation starter. It's fantastic. We meet somebody and usually we get introduced as, this is Paul and Kerry-Anne from Cape Town Daily Photo. And we've immediately got some sort of context and we can discuss what we do with people, and that's really helped. It actually helped when we first got involved with the Geek Dinner, 27 dinner communities as well. Just to give context to who we were, and it was a great conversation starter. Also, there's obviously the fact that we've met a lot of people overseas, made a lot of friends through blogging, and that means that when we do travel again, we'll actually have people to go and have drinks with and that kind of thing, because we know them through their blogs. So I would say those are probably the biggest benefits. We're still waiting for the free meals and movie tickets, concert tickets and that kind of thing. It's going to happen. I know it is. Just not yet. Okay, this is my final point. And it kind of fits in with what Jonathan spoke about last time, which was 5 ways to live like a Kerry-Anne. Since we started on the blog, I knew Kerry-Anne was beautiful and I knew we had a lot to do, but my goodness, there is a lot out there. And we spend a lot of time going out, trying out new restaurants and going to do things, going to see different sites, going wine tasting, whatever. There's so much out there. And I think the biggest thing that I can say to you is if you're sitting at home every weekend watching TV and you're not actually out there experiencing this incredible city, because it takes my breath away all the time, it is so, so amazing, then you should move to Joburg. That's the biggest. Come down here and take your place.
Not anytime soon.
That's it. That's our URL at the top, obviously kerry-anne.com, and the bottom one is citydailyphoto.com. If you have family somewhere in a city overseas, or you've been somewhere and you're longing for that city, or you want to know more about a city, visit there because there's bound to be a blog for the city that you're searching for. There are, as I said, 700 of them. That's it. Questions? Yes.
Tell us about the award you won.
Oh, you want to know? Yeah, we did win the Best Travel Blog Award, the Blog Awards, earlier this year, which was nice because we were up against 5 getaway blogs, and we were, to be honest, we were kind of hoping that if we had a chance at something, it would be the photo blog category. And but they announced the travel blog one earlier in the evening, and I sort of leant over to Paul. Getaway, I must just tell you, they were there in their t-shirts. They branded t-shirts, they bought free magazines, there were probably about 30 of them there, I don't know, they took over the whole place. And I actually leant over to him and I said, oh my God, I really hope that one of them wins this award because I feel so awful if they don't. I actually didn't, it's kind of surprising. So, yeah. Yes?
I see everything's CC licensed.
Yes.
Did you take a lot of time to decide on that, or?
It's actually an interesting question. We didn't even think about it in the beginning, just put up the photos. And then Charles Funnycat from Georgia, somebody will know. I actually happened to catch a post on his blog quite accidentally where he was saying, oh, I love Kerry-Anne Daily Photo, but I do wish that they would license their photos under Creative Commons. And I said, well, you should have just asked. We didn't even think about it. We were so new to all of this, we didn't even consider it. So yeah, we went on and had a look and decided on the license, and there it is. So you are free to use our pictures. Yes. Sorry, what do we do? Oh, Paul, you want to answer that because he does most of that kind of thing. Sorry, let me just say first because somebody asked what I do. When we started, Paul was taking most of the photos and I was doing most of the writing because I'm a writer. But there are times, Paul's sometimes away and then I have to do both, or otherwise I get really busy with work and he takes over both, and he's been doing a lot of the posting recently because I've just been crazy busy. So that's how we divide the labor.